Hey, what's up, everybody? So, I had a very interesting experience today. So, what this video is going to be about is walking through a world of light. Um, I was going to call it the city of light or something like that. But this is what happened. I just went for a walk and wanted to meditate. So, it's like 45 degrees outside right now, and I went with a short sleeve shirt, just a hat and one black glove. Couldn't find the other one. So, but that was interesting. I'll tell you a little bit about that too, because that kind of that was an experience in its own. But so when I went for a walk, I started just clearing my mind, and everything started coming together. Like all is part of God. We're all made of energy. And I was clearing my mind, but when you do clear your mind, the thoughts that you get, they're thoughts from your higher self. That's what I believe. And I started seeing, to make a long story short, I started seeing everything as just energy. And I looked at the trees and I thought to myself, okay, so we're spiritual beings that have a higher self, and we project our higher self into the physical reality. And we're that projection, that light, that energy slowed down to the point to where we become solid matter, even though we're not really solid matter. We're all energy. We're just at a different form of the energy. I guess you can call it solid matter. It's still energy. So, but when I started seeing everything as light, it was just so beautiful. Like I looked at the tree, and the tree was just, I could imagine it just being made of pure light, and imagine that right now there's a higher self to the tree projecting itself into physical reality. And what would that higher self of the tree be like? It would probably look just like pure, bright, white energy, light. Not a blinding light, but a bright light, a bright white energy. So I saw the tree and I breathed in, and I saw the tree as just pure light energy, and it was so beautiful. But then everything else that's alive, or everything else that was around it, I also saw that as energy. So then the grass, I imagined the grass at its higher self, below the tree of its higher self, all made of light. And then as I started walking, everything started becoming like this imagination that almost like my imagination came into reality, that it was everything was just light. I mean, it is energy. So on the higher spiritual plane, it's just a pure brightness of light and energy. That's how I can imagine it. But then I looked at the clouds, and wow, the clouds were so beautiful because they're made out of particles, hydrogen, oxygen. They're being blown around by the wind. And the wind is a whole nother thing. It's an energy that you can't see, that you can feel. I'm going to Google that today. Like, what is the wind composed of? How does the wind happen? I need to see that, because I want to imagine that as, what's the wind's higher self? The wind is something. It's coming from somewhere. It's doing something. But then I imagine the clouds. Imagine some clouds right now. You're looking at this beautiful blue sky, and there's these wispy clouds just slowly moving through the sky, but they're made of energy. So imagine them being bright white energy, all these shapes. It looks like at one point it looked like a whale was coming out of the ocean in one cloud, and I imagined it as energy, and it was so beautiful. Another cloud was wisping down, this huge cloud. It looked like it had wings. It almost looked like, and if it was energy, which it is, it must have been looking like an angel. Um, just all the clouds and all together and the energy. And it was just such a surreal experience to be able to see outside with new eyes, with a clear mind, with no thought. Now, don't get me wrong, these thoughts about the clouds and everything, they were thoughts that came in, but they're not thoughts of something negative or anything like that. They were on the higher plane, my higher self. So I continued on my walk and I got to the park, and my park is beautiful. I don't know if I showed it in one of the videos or not, but I will. The park is just full of just beautiful trees, and the trees as energy all clasping together. It was so beautiful. Imagine going into a park full of all of these intertwining trees, like big giant branches and huge limbs all bent different ways. The park is like a huge canopy of trees there, and their light, their energy, their life. And when you look at it like that, and I started seeing them as energy, I started noticing how some branches of trees were closer to other trees, and you could almost see the love between the trees, and you can see the friendship between the trees. So trees are such pure life, and their projection into this reality from a higher space, and their energy here, but the energy is just brought closer together. But imagine on the higher plane, the trees are just like pure energy and light, and they're experiencing each other on this physical realm as well as the higher realm. So try this, you know, go out for a walk. The technique is to see the world with new eyes. So you go out for a walk, you go to a no mind state. Oh, well, here's a really great way of getting into a no mind state. Here, another way. So I want to try to give you a way each video. To go into a state of no thought, let's say you're going for a walk and you see a sign, or you see a fire hydrant, something that sticks out. You see a specific house that's blue and it looks different than the other houses. Whatever you want to choose, you can choose anything really. As you walk past it, see it with new eyes and look at all the details, the color. Look at how tall it is. You know, does it have any designs or decorations? And eventually you're going to walk past it, but I want you to keep that image of whatever you chose. Keep that image in your mind and keep walking, and keep that image in your mind. No matter where you go, imagine where it is in its state, where it was before, still sitting there. It hasn't gone, it's still there, but it's still in your mind. And while you're taking a walk around the neighborhood, keep that house in your mind while you're walking. And that will completely take away your no thought. So this is what you should try if you want to. And keep a journal about it. Write about your experience. This is my journal, so I'm writing about my experience in my voice. So go outside. If it's cool outside, dress lightly so you can really feel the temperature on your skin if you want, or dress warmly, but more sensation is better. So go outside for a walk and take a few deep breaths as you start walking, and just clear your mind and just notice the beauty, notice the life. You'll see squirrels running around, watch them, imagine them as light. You see trees, imagine the trees as light. Everything that you see, you look into the sky, the clouds are light. And when you imagine one thing as light, keep it as light. Just like you held that object in your mind and you You knew it was still there, whether it was the mailbox or a sign. So you see the clouds as light. In your mind, while you're walking, continue seeing them in your mind as light. Continue seeing the trees as light, the animals as light. And then look at the road, the street, the sidewalk. It's made out of atoms, energy. It's light. You're walking in a city of light. Everything is light. Now see that light interacting with itself, the squirrels running, the birds flying. See that light on the higher plane. That light is heaven. That heaven is here now. You say, where is heaven? It's nowhere, now here. Nowhere, now here. It depends on how you look at it. Everything depends on how you look at it. So walk through the city of light because it's outside your front door. The city of light is in your house. But I'll tell you one thing, when you're walking in nature with that, it's going to be much more powerful. So remember, stay peaceful, clear your mind, and try this. Let me know in the comments below, or not, but let me know what you experienced, or at least let yourself know. Write a journal, even if you don't tell anyone that you're doing this. Write a journal, try it. All right, until next time, stay peaceful, meditate.